Big up yourself.
Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning in and clicking on this video. It's the latest on trend with your girl Biani.
You said
Get it together.
Oh.
Happy Easter. It's Monday.
Isn't it Bank Holiday Monday?
If you are a Christian or you're just having, or if you're just loving a good old free bank holiday.
Yes, happy Easter, everybody. We are back. We don't have a drink today, but
It's Monday. We're gonna do that.
it's
to
Monday.
Friday,
Yeah,
or
we're gonna.
midweek.
Yeah, we do that for Fridays.
Yeah.
So don't miss. Okay, Fridays. It'll be on It's Got to Be Done's channel. But today we are back with another reaction. Hello, Instagram. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. What's good? What's good? And if you are on YouTube, make sure that you smash that like button. Okay, let us know that you are loving the lives. And also, can you hear us? Just double check before we dive in. We don't want to dive in and you guys can't hear us. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Just give us a thumbs up if you can hear us, and we would really, 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 really appreciate it. So we are going to keep today's live a little bit shorter. Okay, we're not going to take too much of your time, but we're going to talk about it because we need to talk about it. We're doing another reaction videos. Okay.
Wait, do you know why I'm hyped? Because I have no idea what they were all talking about.
Me too. But you know what? I think we needed a laugh. Don't you think?
Yeah, we needed to
We needed to lighten the mood up. And I'm not gonna lie, yeah, at one point I was actually busting out, like creasing. Like I was creasing.
Yeah.
Can hear you. Yeah. Thank you so much. I was creasing because I could not believe what I was hearing. Like it was just hilarious at one point. I was just like, okay, yeah, thank you. Look, our moderator, he's gonna check on YouTube for us. Thank you so much.
Check. 1, 2,
Big
1,
up
2.
Akabulan, big up Akabulan Trust. You guys go ahead and check him out, man, because he's always supporting and we appreciate it. One love.
One love.
One love. One. Let's get together and be up.
You've got the voice, not me. I'm the
Is that the
background.
lyrics?
Yeah.
All right. One love. One piece. Okay, yeah, you get it. Okay, cool. So full disclosure, finale, final well, actually, no, is it the finale? Yeah.
I have no
So
idea.
I think was that the last? That's not the last one. I think
there was no. They didn't have like next episode.
Yeah,
so that was the last one. They didn't show what's.
They actually
didn't.
They
usually show like what's.
They
coming
usually
up next
show
week.
what is coming up next week.
They didn't have it this week.
Okay, well, I hope it's not the last one, because what a way to end. Like that was so under, like, what's that word when you just like underwhelming. That was
no, that's not the right word.
If
it was
that's
just flat.
That's what I'm trying to say. It was like flat. If that was the final episode, it's the finale. Yeah,
it's the finale.
Ooh.
Yeah, because they didn't show like, oh, next week we're gonna
have this. Okay, cool. So let's take it back. From my understanding, because I was the same as you, I was a little bit like, what are they talking about? Like, what is going on? Two friends who obviously mix business and friendship together, and Sasha and Sam. I think Sam was the one with the hat. I think.
No, that was Sasha.
No, that was Sam.
Sam
Sasha. Was the one with the hat, right?
No, Sasha.
Sash. No, Sash was.
Do you know what?
Tell us who was Sasha?
You know what? One had a beard and one hadn't.
One had a hat and the other one didn't.
Yeah,
and I'm saying Sasha was the one that didn't have the hat.
One had a bomber jacket and one didn't.
I wasn't watching their clothes. I was just like, I don't know. I wasn't watching their clothes.
One was more emotional. The other one was
Yeah, so the emotional one was the one who came with the list.
yeah.
the
One
list guy.
had paperwork. The other one didn't.
One had receipt. Well, we can't really call it receipt because it wasn't receipt. It was like maybe like his cards.
Sticky
Like
note. One had a
yeah.
sticky note.
yeah, and the other one didn't.
The other one didn't.
Friendships, they were friends. I think they were like to the point where there could have been like brothers. You know, when you got friends and you're like, that's your bro, and they obviously tried to do business together.
Wait, can I just interrupt? First of all,
Mhm.
can we discuss the fact that when they come on this show, we don't know these people?
I actually
don't know
just
them.
seen them in the comments like, who are these
No,
people?
you could be like, some of us literally do live under a rock.
Like, I don't know these people.
Some of us don't live on the internet like that. So
Mhm.
please tell us the story. All they kept saying was, oh, they don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
We genuinely don't know
the background story. Well, they did kind of give us a little bit of the background story.
Yeah, but it wasn't enough because throughout the conversation, I kept saying, well, they don't know. It's just between you and me. And it's like, why are you on here discussing
something that we don't
information?
like? It's like
And-
we're closed. We're on the outside of it, like outside looking in your house, like
No, and then to top it all off, they kept bringing, oh, you didn't get the vaccine.
oh my gosh, when the vaccine.
Wait, I'm jumping, but it's like if you're gonna bring people's personal things in, at least give us the gist of the actual business itself, rather than I was the sound guy. For what? For what movie? For
yeah,
what?
what do you guys do? Like, are you producers? Are you directors?
You could be the sound guy for uploading my YouTube video.
Hi, Miss Williams. Welcome to the chat.
But anyway, take it back to the beginning.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no. When you mentioned the vaccine, it was like, did you get the vaccine? Did you get the vaccine? Oh my gosh, that sent me off.
No,
that actually sent me off because I was like, not them arguing about who got the vaccine.
But that was way you
that was way.
You go back to the beginning. I just have to point that out. Some of us do live under a rock and we don't know.
Genuinely know who these people are.
And then they kept going, oh, they don't know. Yeah, we don't know. So tell us.
Yeah. It's so true. It's so true. Right. Okay. Yeah. So like I was saying, two friends who decided to go into business together. It looks like they are in the entertainment business. And one of them, I don't know. And what had happened was Sasha, okay, one of them, okay, the one with the hat, decided to take the business and go to an investor because he felt like his other guy just kind of kept on letting him down. So he asked them to get like a photographer, for example, and the photographer that he recommended and he brought on stage came on drunk. Secondly, he asked him to get an actress. Then they spent, like, did he say 3 months or something like that, like on the actress? And then she decided to pull out last minute. And then he kind of blamed him for it. And then I can't remember the last one. So the gist of the story is that he just kept on letting him down. So I think he kind of felt like, you're not really taking it seriously. And I'm just going to go to an investor because obviously everything has to do with money. And then he obviously didn't tell his friend about it. He found out somehow. And he felt hurt because he's like, we've been working on the project. So how can you just like dump me and then go to an investor when it's supposed to be our thing? So if it's a thing where they worked on it together and they both kind of had like 50-50, or they both kind of sat down and went through the idea, I would also be hurt if like you sit down and you plan something and then that person just turns you behind your back, goes to like pitch it to someone else and you have no idea. So I can get from that perspective. And also he was like, he left him with like a hefty bill, so that a lot of things piled up. So he obviously wanted him to address the situation. They came on to obviously address the situation, but it was a bit weird because I kind of felt like he came on with this list and it was just like the other guy was just like laughing because he couldn't believe like what he was hearing. And it just kind of felt like...
So do you reckon the issue was the list, or the fact that despite the fact that he had a list, he still didn't articulate his issues correctly?
I think the problem is that he obviously... he obviously like used the list. Oh gosh, sorry. Oh gosh.
Oh lordy.
So he obviously like used the list because he wanted to articulate him, so he didn't want to miss anything out. That's why he wrote things down, because he wanted to make sure that he tells him everything that he wants him to say. But the problem is that there was no accountability. Like everything was his fault. Because let's say, for example, the whole actress thing, you got the actress, you approved, you used her for 3 months. That's not his friend's fault that she pulled out, because you approved her.
I agree. I mean, I agree. I mean, I don't even get what the issues were, because the fact of the matter is, one had more invested interest, and the other one was too busy living his life and was just kind of in and out whenever he wanted to.
Yeah. Do you know what? It really, like, I don't know.
And he wanted the other the
That's how lost we are.
No, you know what was quite bad? Yeah, it's quite annoying. It's like, guys, do you ever have like, when you start something with someone, yeah, you all make ideas, you have like dreams, you're like, yeah, we're gonna do it, and then halfway through, the hard work comes in, the disappointment comes in, and then the other half starts backing out. And I think that's what he felt.
Yeah.
He felt like we started this thing together, and the hard work and disappointment, I can't control certain things. People will let me down. So because the other guy, I don't know their names, I'm sorry. The one that didn't have a hat nor a list, he kept saying, well, you got this person. It's like, of course, yeah, fair enough, but I can't control what they do. So you can't keep saying, well, you got this, you got that, and it's just like pointing fingers. But it's like, where's the solution in the fact that those people around us did let us down, because you're supposed to have my back?
And the thing is, it's like, who did you bring? Like, you're complaining about the people that I bought, but it's like, I bought people. Yes, fair enough, that was my job, but I did my job. I bought people.
Yeah, I did my job.
So
whether they're good or not, I did my job.
Yeah, like I did my job. And like the drunk guy, it's like, I kind of guess it's kind of like, if we're doing something serious, you can't be bringing someone unprofessional, like drunk, like to a shoot. Like that's unprofessional.
Yeah.
But like the actress, it's like, you approved of her, she worked, that's not my fault if she pulls out, kind of thing. And as well, like, I think maybe it might be like different work ethics. They just might have different work ethics, and it just didn't work.
And that's the thing. It's like, if you start something with anyone, at the end of the day, you look at what's your strength. I'll look at your strength, you look at my strength. Perhaps the one with the list, his strength was not picking out people and actually doing his due diligence and finding out the background of those people. Because if he did, he wouldn't have hired the people that he hired, or he would have hired two. Should that person let you down, you always must have a backup.
Yeah.
And he just did not have a backup plan. And the backup plan was, oh, I'm gonna just do it. Well, clearly no, because from what we're hearing, you didn't really do a good job.
Yeah. And the thing is, as well, it's like, define exactly like your roles, like clearly, because it kind of felt like he was the boss and that was his employee, or what he was trying to call him, like you was the apprentice, kind of thing. Because it's kind of like, well, if you two were friends and you came together like equally, then it's like, you can't keep treating me like I'm just your apprentice, or like I'm just your employee or something. It's like, we both like that should have that mutual respect for each other. But the way he was talking to him was kind of like, you're on my paycheck, like you're in my employee. And it's like, well, no, like we're actually friends. Like he was even like, the guy that didn't have the hat was even he wasn't trying to be like that. That's when in the beginning he was just like, before you start with your list, like I'm trying to come to you, like we're brothers, in it, like we're cool, we're friends, like I just don't want it to go the way it shouldn't go. So he was trying to tell him, like, kind of tread carefully, like let's talk respectfully, because remember, we still had a friendship like prior to this, kind of thing. But the other guy wasn't on it. The other guy just kind of wanted to be like, here's my list, you didn't do this, you didn't do this, did we have a contract? Am I on your paycheck?
That's what I mean. They kept saying, well, they don't know. Clearly we don't know, because there's so many things that is unanswered that we need to understand. Was there a contract signed? Like, what was the story? Like,
like who was
loopholes,
meant,
so many loopholes. So you can't blame the guy without the list for acting how he acted if you have left loophole. And I felt like they were both not humble enough to understand, like, oh, when he said about, oh, you had family emergency, whatever he said, and it's like, well, if the guy says he had an emergency, fair enough, your friend, but he doesn't really have to tell you. Like, he said an emergency, so you best understand he can't be there at this present moment. But then the guy with the list kept saying, well, he needed to be there because business is business. Well, not really, because if you had my back, you would have had a backup plan for when I cannot be there. So
that's what I mean. It's just like he was just trying to treat him like he was just like some random apprentice that he just
got. They're both were just not humble or understanding.
I do think like the one with the one that didn't have the hat, which I think is Sasha. I'm gonna call him Sasha. Like, I swear down that was Sasha.
I'm sure the guy with the hat was Sasha, because at the end when I said we followed Sasha to the dressing room, it was the one with the hat.
Actually, they didn't say. Oh yeah. Please let us know. I don't even think anybody knows in the comments. They're like, either way, the names start with
Do you know
S.
what they were doing? They were playing ping pong. You go.
Yeah.
You go. That's what they were doing.
Yeah, but I agree with what you're saying, because at the end of the day, it's like if they were both like, if they kind of both knew like their roles and like they both like kind of respected each other, then it would have been like, okay, cool. Yeah, so did we didn't do our disclaimer now, did we? No, yeah, fine, let's say. Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, so I mean, all in all, like, it was strange. Like, I just didn't get the episode. I feel like that guy, I recognize his face from somewhere. They look like comedians to me. Not the one with the hat, the other one. I feel like I've seen his face. I don't know. His face is very familiar. Maybe he just got like a familiar. Sasha was wearing a hat. Oh.
Yes, I got it. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
We should have made it into a competition.
Yeah. Oh, God, not every day. Not every day competition. Okay, fine. Sasha with Sam. Sam. You know what? It took me a while to actually get that his name was Sasha. I thought his name was Sash, and then the audience started calling him Sasha. I was like, not people calling Sasha.
No, the only reason I remember because he said I followed him to the dressing room.
And what was that dressing room bit?
There was nothing happening.
There was nothing happening. It was just
wait.
A bit of, they was trying to add a little bit of like effect to the episode. Like,
did anyone feel like at any time Sasha was just gonna get up and be like, yeah, what up, man?
No,
I felt
like Sasha was gonna cry at one point. I thought he was, I swear he went like this and he took off his hat. Like, I thought he was gonna break down and cry.
No, I thought he was gonna be like, yeah, and then producers are gonna come and try to make it like dramatic.
No, because then he was just like, director, wait, and he was like, why is he calling the director?
Like, don't make me take off my hat, you know. Or
and he did take off his hat.
Well, he said it.
Because they made him to be like a very emotional character. So I thought he was going to be like, you don't know, man. You don't know how many. You don't know the bill that I have to pay, man. You don't know.
You know, this is a great lesson. This was a very, very important lesson about.
Don't mix business and friendships.
No, not even that. We already know that. The lesson here that I learned, right, is that human beings have pathetic arguments.
Oh my gosh!
Like,
it's like a married couple, like an old married couple.
Like, the argument and the way in which the argument was put through and displayed, I was like, I felt like I genuinely, I have had arguments of that nature.
Yeah,
I felt like I was watching myself,
the blue tack,
watching me have a pathetic argument. I was like, I think I've done that before. Where you argue with someone, right? And then, well, I don't attack someone's character how Sasha tried to do so when he couldn't put his point forward.
Yeah,
but that's really unfortunate. I think a lot of people do that when it's like, okay, I'm bringing you the fact, this is what happened, but you don't have
anything to stand on, so you're attacking my character.
And I feel like people do that a lot, and it's like, no, facts with facts, and then we can agree to disagree. And I feel like the lesson that I think was taken from what I've watched is, when you have an argument with someone, make it about fact to fact. Like,
make it about the event. Like, don't start the actual issue. Like, don't start going into my personal like character, like don't attack me as a person, because outside of the issue, unless you had a problem with me as a person, why didn't you mention it before?
And then he kept saying, oh, and another thing that I picked up is like he kept saying, when Sasha wanted the other guy to suggest something to him. Well, if you have something in your mind, speak about it. Don't expect the other person to raise that point for you on your behalf. So he kept saying, well, you didn't, I expected you. Was that you can expect, but unless you raise it, you don't know what that other person's thinking or going through or how they're perceiving it. So he kept bringing, I was thinking, well, no, like ask the question for the answers that you want to be answered.
It's like but that's like mind games. It's
exactly.
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
It's like you're trying to trick that other person. It's like the response. It's like you've got already pre-response in your mind, and it's like if they don't give you that response, then you're gonna be like even more reason to come at them for something that they don't even know what exactly you want them to say.
Is this the way men argue? Because I feel like this is how women argue.
Is this the way men argue? That is so
the way men argue.
It was so petty. And the thing is, it's like they kept on like picking up bits. It's like when they started arguing about the blue tack, and
I was like,
and he was just like, you use cheap blue tack.
Well, if the budget don't call for an expensive one, what you want?
And then he was like, no, it was the proper blue tack brand.
that took me off the edge. No, we had a
That's
good
what
giggle,
happens
man.
when you grab by that Chinese blue tack or something like that.
You know what? It was a good laugh. I'm not gonna lie.
I was just like, not them arguing about the blue tack. And then he was just like, and I can't remember how the injection came in, but he was like, yeah, did you get the injection? Did you get the injection?
Don't even talk. I was thinking.
It was like, no, him coming for him. There was another argument. What was it?
It was a good laugh. I'm not gonna lie. It was a good laugh because it was kind of like, okay, this is funny. You guys.
No, but you know what made me bust out laughing the first time? Yeah, it was Sam's laugh. Like when Sam started laughing, and he was like, "Was that funny? You think that's funny?" And he was just like, I'm just shocked. It's like, you know, when you're so shocked that you just laugh, like when you just, it does happen in an argument. Yeah, I do that in an argument.
It is really not nice when you genuinely.
It's true
that you're
and you're genuinely upset that the person is there, like with a smirk on their face, or they're laughing. It actually makes you more angry.
Yeah, this whole scenario is how not to deal with an argument, a discussion. This is like, do not. This should be titled. Yeah, the title of this video should have been how not to. It wasn't an argument, but how not to argue with your other half.
Yeah, because this was literally like what happens behind closed doors. This is how couples argue.
This is all the things that you should not do. Do not laugh when I'm raising my point. If you do bring a list, that's okay. But please, yeah, when you do bring it, make sure that we address it one by one.
And it's facts.
And it's all facts. And you can reciprocate my answer. Reciprocate. Don't threaten to get up or take your hat off, because I could take that as an issue, you know. This was literally like everything.
No, this was strange. I could actually watch it again just because I just didn't understand it the first time.
Watch it just to avoid. This is what you don't do in an argument.
No, but this is exactly what happens. Because the thing is like when you're arguing, yeah, and it's like little thing will start coming up, and you'll be like, oh yeah, and then that's what happens when you do this. And you just pick like little bits.
No, but I did feel bad for Sasha, because I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Oh, can we change his name, please? Who called him Sasha?
I'm the kind of person that I would bring a list. No, because no.
Actually, okay. Let me. I think I would as well.
No, Sasha showed us well. You have to, like, for us people that can't remember. Or we have issues like putting things together or holding things in, and we journal, like bring your list and everything, because you need time.
No, it's true. I would actually bring a list.
Whereas the other guy, he was just like, okay.
No, because I think they came for different reasons. That's why. Because Sasha came, like Sasha was done. Like before Sasha came, he was already done with the relationship.
Wait, can we talk about the fact that he's like, I'm breaking up with you? Is this what men do when they break up with each other?
Oh, on my chest.
Listen, So are you done for me? Are you done with me for real? For real?
Oh my god, that sound in my ear. That's Jay.
Wait, what did he say? He broke up with him a couple of times, just to be clear.
No, they were acting. I
Wait,
promise you, they were
broke up a
acting.
few times. He like the final straw was like the other guy was like, "So you're done? You're done?"
Are you sure about that? Yeah, because when we leave this place,
And he was like, "Yeah, I'm done. I can't go through this anymore."
that's what. But I think Sasha was done like before he even came, and I think Sam maybe thought that there could be some type of reconciliation, but Sasha was already had made up his mind.
Yeah, they broke up on
Yeah.
live TV. There's no coming back. Once
Well,
you break up,
no,
on-
but you know what was sad though? When they did finish, I was popping like, guys, like in my head, I was thinking, guys, come on, like let's sit down, let's talk about this. That's kind of how I felt.
I felt like it was good that boundaries was the line was they put the line across and that do not cross any boundaries.
And he also felt like he just left him with a hefty bill. Do you think he should have? Do you think he should pick up some of that bill?
Well, if the guy didn't know, what do you want him to do? Like he said, you
It's
didn't
true.
tell me about it, so why are you crying to me about it? What do you now want me to do? What do
because
you
he's
now want me
got
to
like
do?
he's got family and everything.
But after the fact, he felt like he was a big man taking everything on. Now he wants to come back and say, well, by the way, okay, cool, by the way, but I'm sorry. Now you've just broken up with me. What do you want me to do?
Oh my god, I cannot believe this.
But yeah, that was
Like
that.
Sasha was definitely like no Sam.
Mhm.
No, which one was the one with the hat again?
Sasha.
Yeah, Sasha was
I only
definitely sassy.
remember
Like he
because
was.
Sasha fierce. So
Yeah, he
you
was
can
so
remember.
fierce and sassy. He was just like no tolerance. He's a no tolerance. Like he does not have time. He seems very like hyper emotional. Like very like you need to like come on Sasha, come on Sash. Like I don't know. You need to work through him a bit more to like.
He's just pointing a finger all the time.
Yeah, that's
He never
them
doesn't.
people. Like them people that are very hyper emotional. Like they never see their fault. It's always like you. That this is happening to me because of you. Like I'm going through this because of you. It's like I've lost so much because of you.
Okay, before we kind of end the live, did they
Yeah.
actually address the fact that he went behind the investor?
No, they didn't even get to that point because there was talk. They were hurt about each other's relationship.
So, guys, do you think Sasha was wrong for going and dealing with the investor and not letting Sam know?
I think the way he went about it was definitely wrong. Like, I think if he felt like the business wasn't working, he should have spoken to me and said, I rather we just leave the business how it is and then let's just go our separate ways. I want to approach an investor.
Isn't that funny how Sasha went behind Sam's back? He didn't communicate to Sam, but yet
He's the one with the list.
No, he wants Sam to communicate to him and tell him certain things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like,
Hypocrisy.
yeah, that is literally
Hypocrites.
hypocrites.
Hypocrite, Sam. You are a hypocrite.
Hypocrites. Literally, because it was just like he doesn't. I mean, did we even hear him apologize? Does he even seem like the kind of person that would apologize? Look, I'm sorry I went behind your back, but this is the reason why I felt like I had to go behind your back. No, there was no tone. Like his tone in general was literally like, I'm coming to condemn you. Like you was in the wrong. You're a bad person. You don't even know how to do anything. And then they're kind of going like tit for tat, and then like kind of like dragging each other. Like you're useless. You don't even know how to do this. I brought you on to this.
It is like, so what if you brought me on? I can be better than you just because you bring me on.
Yeah, it's like, so
you're
what if
supposed to be
you
proud. Whenever I feel like if you bring anybody on, you're supposed to be proud at the
If
fact that
they're
they
doing well,
excel at
yeah.
what you've shown them, because that means you are a good teacher.
Yeah, because it's just a reflection of you. Like if you bring somebody on and they do well and they do better, then it's like you should be like, rah, like
I taught you well.
I taught you
good.
well.
You should excel. You should not be at the same pace of what I've taught you.
And
Then-
like word of mouth, like people be like, nah, rah, like trust me, if it wasn't for him,
yeah.
like I wouldn't have done it. And then that's how it should work. Like, what's
Did
the
they not watch
problem
Kanye
now?
West documentary?
As in, and the same person that has a child as well. Wouldn't you want your child to do better? Like, wouldn't you train your child to do certain skills that you have, and you would want your child to
To be-
do more and do greater than you?
Yeah.
So if you have that principle lies, it's the same. That principle doesn't change. It should be for the people around you, be for your friends, for your family. Like you should be able to do, you should be like celebrating them doing good and them doing better. I shouldn't use that
Yeah.
against them.
Now, whenever I train someone, I'm like, listen, I'll come back and ask them questions.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, teach me.
Like, yeah.
Teach me.
So
I'm like,
yeah, it was a bit, I mean, all in all, yeah, it was a weird episode, but it was much needed laugh. Yeah, it's like the footballers' defenders' job is to defend against the opposition, but they can still attack like strikers and score goals and go for headers to score. To goal is to win. Yeah, exactly. To goal is to win. I like that.
Yeah,
100%. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the episode. Yeah, it's a bit, yeah, it's a weird.
It was a good laugh.
It was a good laugh. It was much needed. But I think that's it now, isn't it? For full disclosure,
You've
it
got
looks like it.
Yeah. I don't think there's any more, but
because like, where else would it go? Like, that's it. They've broken up now.
they are done. If you see them together, remind them, you guys, you was on TV, TV,
yeah,
YouTube
on the
TV,
screen,
and you said that I've broken up with you.
Wow. That's jokes. Right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this live for our reaction video to Full Disclosure. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will be back on my usual content. By the way, thank you so much for the 7K subscribers. Oh, to the right, to the left, to the right. To the left. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Simple instruction. We can't do it. Wow.
So basically, if we went on Full Disclosure, we would be like, simple instructions I gave you. How
Yeah.
can you not?
How can you don't do it on live? I'm telling you, to the right, and we're just bumping heads. Like, how? Right, left, right, left. Simple. Wow. Anyways, whoa. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Road to 10K. Make sure that you subscribe if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, and make sure you